in accordance with Article 30 of the Kiesverordening, the electoral ordinance, in which the Central Voting Bureau will decide on the validity of the list and also maintaining whether or not we're going to maintain the candidates on the various lists. It is so that postulation day was on August 8th. The day after, as prescribed by law, you had the endorsement day. 3 days after endorsement day, the Central Voting Bureau has convened a meeting in order to examine the list. After doing so, we have informed the political parties of the various discrepancies that we have actually encountered. All political parties were informed of our conclusion to the examination of the list, and they were also requested, they were provided with the opportunity to remedy their discrepancies within a period of 3 days. And the law also prescribed the day after the deadline of the remedying of the discrepancies that the Central Voting Bureau needs to, in a public hearing, decide on the validity of the list and also the maintaining of the various candidates on the list. As such, we're here this morning in accordance with Article 30 of the Kiesverordening. As you can see, I'm not here today by myself. I have other members. These are my colleagues that form part of the Voting Bureau. We have 5 members and 2 extraordinary members. Today, all votes that are taken will be, of course, in accordance with the law. And without any further ado, I would like to introduce the other members of the Voting Bureau. To my left, I have Mr. Patrice Gums. We also have Mr. Bas van der Bos. To my right, I have Nerissa de la Rosa. And I also have Ms. Tamara Richardson, who is the Vice Chair Lady of the Central Voting Bureau. We also have 2 other members, which is Cindy Marica and Anastasio Baker. Without any further ado, we will proceed with the voting on discussing the validity of the various lists. We will do that in the order in which the lists were submitted on postulation day. As such, we will start with the United People's Party. United People's Party, they have submitted their list, and we have examined their list of candidates because as per Article 22, it says that it's postulation day. They have to submit the list of candidates, those candidates that will be postulating themselves for the parliamentary election. And they have also, after doing that, we have actually examined the list, as I mentioned previously, and upon the examination of that list, we encountered a number of discrepancies. They were informed of such by a letter of August 15th, and they were given the opportunity to remedy those omissions or discrepancies. After checking as well the remedy thereof, we have seen that on the Model 2 form that the addresses and the typos and names, they have been remedied, as well as the decrees from the Electoral Council that were not submitted, they have now also been submitted. We do see that now every default has been remedied by the United People's Party. As such, I would like to put to a vote on the floor by the Central Voting Bureau if we can decide on the validity of the United People's Party. Is there anything, members, that we need to bring forward regarding this party before we put to a vote? No? Okay, as such, let's vote on the validity of the list of United People's Party. The motion on the floor here is to approve the list of candidates of the United People's Party to contest on in the parliamentary elections of September 26. All in favor, please raise your hands to vote for this, please. I take note that the Central Voting Bureau has approved the list of the United People's Party, and as such, the United People's Party will be placed on the ballot and they can contend in the parliamentary election. We move on to the second party that submitted their list on postulation day. That is the Hope Party. The Hope Party, we have also examined their list, and we have encountered a number of discrepancies. The Model 2 form, we noticed that there were also mistakes in the addresses and also the date of birth of some candidates and the text format as well. That was remedied. We also take note of the fact that the picture was not in accordance with the measurements. A new picture was submitted. That is also remedied. We take note of the fact that the first day on August 9th, the endorsement did not receive the requisite amount of signatures of 146. As such, the Hope Party was given the opportunity to remedy that. They have done the remedy thereof on August 16th, and we have now concluded that the Hope Party has reached the requisite amount of signatures in order to partake. We take note of the fact that on the second day, the Hope has obtained a total amount of 213 signatures, and as such, they have reached the requirement. We take note of the fact that the Hope Party has also remedied the discrepancy of the documents that needed to be submitted by the Electoral Council, and one decree was submitted, the other decree was not. Hence, they remedied that discrepancy, and now they have met the requirement of submitting both decrees from the Electoral Council. Just to to clarify, 2 decrees of the Electoral Council, it is stated in law that 2 decrees need to be submitted, the documents. First decree is that a party is registered at the Electoral Council, and also another decree stating that the abbreviation that a party is allowed to use. So we take note of the fact that both decrees were submitted by the Hope Party. As such, the Hope Party has also met the requirements of remedying all discrepancies that we have encountered, and that we have basically sent them a letter to on August 15th. Members, I look at my colleagues. Basically, I think we're ready now to vote on the validity of the list of the Hope Party. Is there anything else that should be brought to discussion prior to voting on this list?
No.
Gentlemen? No. As such, the motion is to vote to approve the list of the Hope, the Helping Our People Excel Association, to participate in the parliamentary election. All in favor, please raise your hands. We have a unanimous vote. As such, Hope Party will be placed on the ballot and will be allowed to participate in the parliamentary elections.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000 guineas real easy. Island Finance. For education, a renovation. That's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
Life is a journey full of connections. You're in safe hands, even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telcel, when you want more.
The St. Martin Christian Party also received a letter on August 15th requesting them to remedy their discrepancies. As we've seen in the Model 2 form, the discrepancies were the date of birth, were not mentioned. They were mentioned in the slot of the districts. The districts were mentioned instead of the date of birth. That was basically remedied. We've also seen that the addresses were also in the wrong column, the incorrect column. And we've also taken note of the fact that the decrees were not submitted, the decrees of the Electoral Council as well. The St. Martin Christian Party has remedied those discrepancies, and as such, I think that we are ready to proceed to vote on the validity of the list of the St. Martin Christian Party. Are there any other remarks that need to be brought to the table, gentlemen, ladies, prior to vote? So we're ready to proceed in voting? Yes. Okay. As such, the motion is to vote on approving the list of the St. Martin Christian Party to participate in the parliamentary election on September 26. All in favor, please raise your hands. It is unanimously voted that the St. Martin Christian Party's list has been approved and is allowed to participate in the elections. I think that we can proceed in voting on the validity of the list that has been submitted by the People's Progressive Alliance. Are there any other matters in regards to this party should be brought to the table for discussion prior to deciding? No? Lady? No? Okay. As such, we vote to approve the validity of the list of the People's Progressive Party. All in favor, please raise your hands. Okay. As such, that motion has been carried, and the People's Progressive Alliance will be placed on the ballot. Their list is decided as valid. Are there any other points that need to be brought forward in terms of this list? I look to my right prior to voting.
It should be noted that it did submit one form of the Electoral Council. The registration was submitted, so the only omission was the abbreviation to be used by the party.
That is duly noted indeed. Thank you very much, Ms. Richardson. The ordinance from the Electoral Council, the decrees of the Electoral Council, 2 of them were supposed to be submitted, but however, only 1 was submitted, and then they had to basically submit that other decree, which has now been complied with indeed. I look at my left. Are there any other points that would need to be brought to the floor prior to? Yep. Okay. As such, we can move forward in voting on approving the list of the St. Martin Development Movement. All in favor of approving this list, please raise your hands. Okay. As such, it has been decided unanimously that the St. Martin Development Movement, their list has been approved, and as such can participate and will be put on the ballot for the elections of 2016. I look to my other colleagues prior to voting on the validity of the list of the Democratic Party of St. Martin. Are there any other things that should be brought to the floor prior to voting on the validity of this list? No? Okay. As such, the motion is to vote to approve the list of candidates of the St. Martin, of the Democratic Party of St. Martin. All in favor, please raise your hands. Unanimously, the Central Voting Bureau has voted to approve the list of candidates of the Democratic Party of St. Martin, and as such, said party is allowed to contend in the parliamentary elections. It states when you have those defaults, those omissions, and you have not remedied those omissions, Article 32, Paragraph 2, under C and D prescribes that the Voting Bureau will have to eliminate that person or remove that person from the list. Now, we will propose that as a vote right now. I look at my colleagues. The motion is to remove candidate number 15 from the list of the United St. Martin's People's Party, candidate number 15, which is Thomas C.K.W. The motion is to remove him from the list as in accordance with Article 32, Paragraph 2, C, and D. All those in favor to do so, please raise your hands. It has been unanimously decided to remove candidate number 15, Mr. Thomas, from the list of the United St. Martin's People's Party based on Article 30. That is the motion. I would like to put that formally to a vote. The vote is right now, colleagues, is to approve the validity of the list of the United People's Party, the United St. Martin Party, the USB, to approve that list, take into consideration that we have eliminated candidate number 15, and also that all the candidates will remain in the slot on the number on the list as have been submitted on postulation day. All those in favor of that motion, please raise your hands. And such has unanimously been decided. The United St. Martin's Party, the list is approved, and as such, that party will be able to participate in the parliamentary election with the note that candidate number 15 will be removed from the list, and the other members, the other candidates, will maintain their position on the list as have been submitted on postulation day. Before bringing this to a vote, I will look into my colleagues. Are there any other things that need to be mentioned? No. The motion on the table right now is to approve the validity of the list of the National Alliance as such they will be able to participate in the parliamentary election. All those in favor, please raise your hands. It has been unanimously decided to approve the list of the National Alliance.
Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah! Oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
These are the doors that never close. These are the hands that make a difference. These are the walls that could tell countless stories of helping and healing, of storms weathered, of change and growth, of a place where life begins, where hearts are mended, and where hope grows stronger. For more than a quarter of a century, the physicians, medical professionals, and staff of St. Martin Medical Center have combined advanced medical technology and compassionate care to bring a world of medicine to our friends, neighbors, and visitors to the island of St. Martin we all call home. As proud as we are of what we have accomplished, we believe there is still much work to do to continue a proud tradition of providing everyone in our community with the latest technology, the best medicine, and the most exceptional care. St. Martin Medical Center, celebrating 25 years of serving, caring, healing.
Pertaining to the garbage situation, specifically for parcel 5 and 6, I did get a update from the department responsible for inspecting and so forth, and they indicated, they brought forward a proposal if they could, in the interim, get additional personnel, because the district cleaning contracts, as you all know, was signed off last week. So additional contracts with the limited personnel to monitor everything seems to be a bottleneck. From the feedback I've been getting so far, there is improvements in the garbage collection situation. It's not where we want it to be, but there are improvements. What you just mentioned about the illegal dumping, I have just what I read in the news papers and so forth, but I have not gotten a report from the department and such. We are continuing to monitor, to give pressure where necessary for improvements. And on my part, I will see what can be done to assist the departments so that they have the equipment and the personnel needed to carry out the inspections.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
You know, I'm standing here and I'm in shock right now that you did that to me, but it's okay. Been around the block a few times and I think I can handle it. My son wanted to get involved. And last minute, a few people fell out and I said, if that's the situation, I'm willing to let him run this time. He's 22 years old and I think he is capable of handling himself. He represents the youth. We have to realize something. You realize that most of the people in here are ageable, like myself.
No, talk for yourself.
And if we have a young person like Don, I'm sure he can attract young people to the party. He loves Resita, he thinks she's a great leader, and he wants to support her. And the young people out there, I'm asking them to support him because I know he's capable and able to carry on this political game that we are in. It's not a game, it's a very serious game because with the stroke of a pen, politicians can make your life very, very miserable. So we have to be careful calling it a game. But that's the way they call it normally. But I would say, please be careful and elect a party that has your interest at heart. And I think Gracita is a leader that I would say I've supported her from the very beginning. I continue to support her because I know she's capable, she's knowledgeable, and she thinks things through thoroughly before putting her John Henry to it. So with that kind of leadership, I know we're going to have a good leader, and we need to get those votes in order to get 2-3 seats in this government.
Our youngest candidate, 22 years old.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Don Hughes, and the youth is very important. And I want to represent the voice for the youth under the leadership of Gracita.
Everybody, as you know, my name is Yanga. Everybody know Yanga, but they don't know the person. But here I am because I work here in St. Martin for 25 years. I am not a person that show up, but because Gracita is a woman for action, that's the way I am here with Gracita. The first time that Gracita started, I was with Gracita because I know the woman can work. And if we take something in our hand to do, we will do it. So that's the way I'm with this party, with Gracita and the team. And we expect that St. Martin will open the eyes. Don't let the things go, let it go. Don't vote like crazy, vote like for that person because I like that person, because I see the person. But take a party that really go work for St. Martin and put St. Martin on the stage that St. Martin has to be, especially for your youth and for the elders, because those two is certain most. Thank you.